Hey, you guys, I maybe comment blindly, and I don't know what is going on with this guy. I don't know. So I'm not gonna figure out what he had done did until after I say what I need to say. But the comment that the person wrote, I think his name is Benny Blanso. He said, "Young, y'all hate the truth, but them older niggas y'all was fucking as teenagers is no different than these niggas, and is plenty niggas like him in free world." I want to say this to that comment. I don't know about now, because my children grew up overseas. So my children never had to go through what I went through. But I want to say something. I am 42. I'll be 43 in March. I want to say something. When growing up in the 90s, we had no guidance. Your parents was either church fanatics, they either worked all damn day, or they were druggies, or they were living in the fast lane, or drug dealers. I know this. A lot of our parents had no time. We were key kids, which means we literally took care of ourselves and we had no guidance. Some mothers were like jealous of their daughters. Some mothers would use their daughters to draw in younger men. Some mothers would use their daughters to move up in the church. Some mothers would use their daughters to further their careers. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of times, a lot of us was preyed upon, and I'm not just talking about black girls. I'm talking about it was all across the board. No one gave a fuck about us. No one. My mama loved the fuck out of me, but my mama, I grew up poor, and we were always getting put out of our house. So my mama would leave me with people that she thought loved her and loved me, and she would leave me with people that she was thinking that she was in a safe environment. And my mama was cuckoo. So I knew if my mama knew some of the stuff that had happened to me, she would be in jail. I know this. So when people ask where your mama at, my mama was out there trying to fucking make a fucking way when it was no way. Let's be clear. And another thing, a lot of shit that happened to me happened to my mama too. She never said it, but I realized it. I had an auntie that I figured out a lot of shit that happened to my auntie. A lot of stuff that happened to me happened to my auntie. And to this day, I resent her, because she could have took us out of that place and took us with her. But she didn't, because she was sorry. She only gave a fuck about her kids. I'm going to say this. That shit with P. Diddy, that shit what a lot of these dudes do, it was a lot of times, a lot of the women would encourage it. They didn't say what happens in the family, stay in the family. I knew a girl who was pregnant in the 5th grade. She was quiet. She never said anything to anybody. And when she became pregnant, you know what happened? They called her fast. I remember sitting in church, and I remember sitting behind a deacon, and he was encouraged, this guy in Bible college. He was pointing out the girls in the church, and he was saying in church, you see those girls, they come from a good home. They come from a good name. They got a good name. Them the girls you take home. We in elementary school. We was in elementary school. Those are the girls you marry. They'll take care of you. They'll love your kids, and they'll cook and clean for you. You see those girls, her mama, she was unwed. He was talking about my cousin, because she never been married, but she had different kids by different dads. Them the girls you keep on the side. These boys was taught this. This is an old grown man, deacon of the church, encouraging his Bible college bound nephew who's going off to college, talking about little girls that are in elementary school and little girls that were in middle school, talking about, and like in the church they did it. When I told that somebody had did something to me, look what you got on. They blame me. They call me fast. When somebody in my church touched me, they call me fast. They blame me, saying my clothes too tight. At 11, I was developed at a little girl. At 11, you want to know what happened to me? Somebody drugged me at 11. I was drugged. I was drinking and drugging back then at 11, 12, 13. Little girls was going to parties, getting like and partying, thinking it was cool. I was drugged. A friend walked me to my family member's house. Like it was my cousin of a cousin house because they knew I was wasted. And because he knew that they were my family's family, he thought I was okay. And the dude that was standing outside of my family member's house said, "Hey, he good." He said, "Sheree, you good?" I said, "Yeah, this is my blank family's cousins. This is they was their people. They wasn't no kin to me, but they were my cousins. So when he left, I remember, you know what I remember? I remember him walking me to the car, and I remember throwing up. I don't remember all I remember different voices, and I remember people talking to me, and I remember my head hurting really bad, and I remember throwing up. I don't remember anything else in that car. Over the years, I had bad dreams about it. I thought I was having nightmares. I was having dreams. When I remember coming to, it was probably like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I remember waking up in my family member's cousin bed, and I was like, my clothes was like tattered on me. When I got done, when I came to, I tried to get up, but I couldn't because I was dizzy. And my family member's cousin came in. He said, "You good?" I said, "Yes, I'm good, but my hair hurt, and I feel like," I said, "my hair hurt, and I feel like I'm gonna throw up." And so he helps me up, take me to the bathroom. He cleans me up. I lay back down. And the next thing I know, I wake up, and guess what? He's on top of me. I am 11. I was either 11 or 12. I think I was 11 though. I can't remember, but I know I was in the 6th grade. I know that. He was on top of me. And I remember trying to tell him to stop. And after a while, I just laid there. Do y'all know when I went to school? I went to school the next week. After that weekend, because the people that took me to the party was looking for me. They were looking for me, and they finally found me, and they was like knocking on doors looking for me. And the guy that was my family member, he was like, "Yeah, she in here asleep." And they got me, and I remember they had to carry me out, and I remember him asking me, "You okay? Did somebody do something to you?" And I was like, I don't know what. I kept saying, "I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened." And so he turned around. He was like, "Hey man, did something happen? Because she looked fucked up like that." He was like, "No, she was just fucked up last night, and she was asleep." I could tell that because it was my neighbor. I can tell that my neighbor knew something happened, but he couldn't put his finger to this. For years, he would always ask me, did something happen to me? I wouldn't bring it. I got sick. I mean, fast forward. I went to school. Whoever that was there told everybody that I let them run a train on me. I ain't never let nobody do nothing like that. I cannot tell y'all what happened. And it was a rumor. It was so bad till one time my husband had to cuss somebody out because they were just making up stuff. Weeks later, I got sick. I had to go to the hospital. When I was in the hospital, the doctor came in the room, and the doctor said, "You know you too young to be out here doing this." They didn't give me no kit or nothing. I didn't know what was wrong with me, but I had what you call a pelvic infection, and it made me so sick that I kept getting fainting spells. Now, I don't know what happened to me because I was intoxicated. I never knew what happened. But guess what did happen? Everybody labeled me as fast. Everybody labeled me as a freak. Everybody labeled me as easy. And I wasn't easy. So when stuff like that happens growing up, like, everybody talks about the girl that gives it up, but no one ever talks about how she got there. Like, don't no girl just wake up. Don't nobody just wake up and say, "I want to be a freak." Don't no girl just wake up and say, "I want to have sex with everybody." She is dead inside. She have no guidance. She looking for love. She looking for something, and she probably just don't care. Now, I'm glad I got enough fucking sense, and the Lord put me around people that cared enough about me to not see me fail. But I went to the fucking doctor. I went to the doctor and he treated me like it was my fault. No one even asked me, did somebody touch me? To this day, you guys, I have bad dreams, but I don't know what happened to me. But I do know that somebody hurt me. And I knew the results of that in the 90s of somebody hurting me. The result of that was they call you fast. I remember being in church and when the older men, older guys, or the older youth would talk to you, women of the church, because they were part of the ministry, they will pawn y'all, talk to him. That they ain't telling you to sleep with, but they want you to get next to him, because everybody want to be a part of the people that was a part of the ministry. Because being close to people in the ministry is like being close to God. It was like back then it was like a popularity. If a drug dealer want you, now you creeped out about it, because this is a grown man. But if he want you, girl, that nigga got money. Girl, that nigga, no one gave a fuck about us. I knew white girls who was getting molested by their fathers, who would get pregnant by their uncles, and their family would send them off to have the fucking babies, and they would come back and act like ain't nothing happened. Y'all can sit up here and y'all can talk about, oh, y'all thought it was cute when girls dated. Oh, didn't nobody think it was cute. It was encouraged. And when you 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, that is grooming. You don't know that this is not okay. Everybody is pawning you off because they think they can get something. No one cared. Everybody had their own thing. Some people would have babies and drop their babies off with the grandma, and the grandma too old to take care of the kids. So guess what happens? You running around, running amok. Y'all sit here and y'all talk about these little girls. 9 times out of 10, when a little girl or when a girl in the hood got 10 different baby daddies, or when it's somebody started it. It's some disgusting men and women. Because guess what? I used to babysit, and I used to hate to go over there and babysit. But you know what? A female and her male used to touch me inappropriately and told me they would kill me. And nobody would believe, pretty much told me they would kill me if I told. Like, and when you're a little girl and you feel unprotected, you'll stay quiet. And this shit just didn't happen in the black community. It happened in the 90s all across the board. And even before then. You walk to your grandma's house and you got on shorts. Go change them shorts. You know your uncle in there. Instead of them checking that nigga, they check you. I was the fast girl growing up. Older married men used to try to talk to me, and I used to be so fucking disgusted. I got a family member right now. I'm waiting on him to die so I can fucking piss on his grave. Do y'all understand me? Y'all sit here and run y'all mouth. Y'all thought, no one thought it was cute. It was a way of life in the 90s. I don't know about anybody else, but where I'm from and the shit that I could write a fucking book on the fucking shit I went through. The only reason I don't, because I don't want to be remembered that way. I don't want my kids to wake up one. I know they'll probably see this video, but a lot of stuff that I'm saying now, I told my daughter knows it. My daughter, I am very, very, very protective over my child. I just want to put that out there. The shit that a lot of girls went through in the 90s was diabolical. I would never in my life get over or be from the fucking trauma that I went through, but by God, I have gotten past it, and I am happy, and I am healed. But let's be clear, there are triggers. Think before y'all talk about people. A lot of them little girls that got all these baby daddies, it started somewhere. The little girl didn't wake up one day and say, I want to fuck everybody in the hood. No one cared, so she stopped caring. Y'all talk about women and all these women having these baby daddies, but no one ever talks about why she is the way she is. And let's be clear, there is a disgusting, foul, nasty human being at the beginning. If ain't nobody told you that they love you, I love you. Black sisters, black queen women. If ain't nobody told you that they love you, I love you. And if don't nobody believe you when you say he touched you, I believe you. Y'all be blessed.